Seraphim Sarovsky's life. Hello, my dears. We've all heard of this saint. Many of you seem interested in learning more about him. Who is he? A shoemaker and a saint? What makes him special? Is it true, everything written about him? Let's ask him himself. I'll start with a message from Seraphim Sarovsky, and then he'll tell us about his life, the way he sees it. Good to see you, my folks. I'll tell you the truth about myself now. I do love the truth. I really dislike it when those scholars and religionists tell lies to make money. I'd like to say this to you. We've all got together here, some for the sake of interest, some to find out the truth, those who need the truth. I wish you an easy journey. The truth leads to the God's kingdom. I'd like you to understand that the truth reveals the veil of the mystery. Your soul gets into contact with itself again to grow, evolve, breathe, and live, rather than dwell in illusions. When in search of the truth, the way your soul responds, after some time you'll know the true value and meaning of life. Let's begin. Well, I was born in the 18th century and passed away in the 19th century. And I also lived at the time of sales strife in this country. I had a hard time, even though I gave my heart to God. I was disgraced for the rest of my life. And in my mid-years, I was punished and even assaulted violently. Although I loved people utterly, I wasn't as timid, as calm as they described me. I was very austere, very rude, and well, sometimes cruel, but out of love. I wanted to show people it's valuable and important for them to be honest with themselves. In church I found my salvation, mission. From an ordinary rural boy, I grew to become a clergyman. I was taught how to read and write. So I read Birch bark manuscripts. I also dealt with archaic technologies they say nothing about now. Originally, the clergy played a somewhat different role. Those priests were custodians of complexes generating energy, called churches now. There, we worshipped God, communicated with angels, healed people, and did wonders not yet written. But that technology of praying was lost a long time ago. It's gone by now, while I turned into a brand. You can't buy people's love. I deserve that love conscientiously and honestly by telling everyone the truth. Many people didn't like me for that, yet they respected me. In the end, after my death, they mourned me really a lot. Everyone touched my relics, got healed. Some got evil eyes, spoil, ancestral curses, or blindness of them. Some got disability healed. The world I lived in was full of flying chariots. We traveled by land, water, and air. Antediluvian technology you're not aware of. We were dressed in a decorated uniform with gold, so that ethereal electricity wouldn't kill us. Still, that urban life was tiring to me. People haven't changed, though. Even after a few centuries, hypocrisy, barbarism, double game and corruption are still common everywhere. They will still profit from ordinary people. Damn. I never liked those scholars and religionists. My heart made me feel that God led me telling the truth. Even in my time, a lot was distorted, and they told lies. They tried to kill me many times, pushed me from up the belfry. I was beaten by villains, sent to attack me. I loved everyone. I forgave everyone. I went through that with such dignity, so that even when living on the earth, I was ascended. I'll tell you how I was ascended. I became calm and appeased. Light came from me, so that anyone would ask me for healing. People would come over to me for a cup of tea. Once a bear rushes up to me from the forest, and I say to the fox, "Don't be scared." Why are you still scared? I come up to the bear, put my hand on his paw, it comes down, sit down next to me, and starts to gnaw something. I toss him some fruit, while people stare in amazement, creating a word-of-mouth effect immediately in my area, near the town of Kursk. The emperor, the nation's father, came to visit me for blessing. Books say nothing about that and many other things. I healed people just at a click. They saw Jesus in me, and they still think I was him reincarnated. Nonsense. He was my teacher and key mentor in life. Once ascended, he manifested himself so well in me that people thought I myself was Jesus. I was able to do a lot, not only heal, but also read people's minds. By force of mind, I changed someone's fate and time. Heated up water by moving my hand alone or froze it back. People got astonished, thinking, no way. I recall a story written about a monk visiting me for advice. The Mother of God came down to me in her embodiment and he died. No, he didn't. He got shocked, passed out, and was in coma. So we worked with him. This monk was called Eugene or Elisha. Well, they write nothing about that monk, because he saw the light. His name was erased off history, because he told people who the God's mother actually was, the truth about what he'd seen. People didn't like him either, and they killed him for that. With my hand close to my heart, I swear they did. Now you know, everything is distorted, destroyed. I was placable, but not submissive. I also lived in more ancient times when placable referred to someone calm, discreet, rather than timid in their behavior. Someone speaking to the point, no idle talks. Well, they distorted it. Now it rather means meek, submissive, when someone admits they're a slave. They did tell us we're God's servants. It was all right. Positive, humbling pride at that time. Now, during transition, the space is being cleaned, humbling and killing proud people. It's rather modest people who come to the fore, God's children, who don't have to be slaves. Slaves are those who create conditions for them to be great. exalt themselves against the background of something or due to something. Slaves have put themselves into the golden cage of being great, enjoying their position of power and might. They should understand it's a circus, a performance here on the earth. Not like it's there, where Jesus, God is, when everyone's equal. Click your finger to immediately get this greatness you have inside. They'll give you what you want in the kingdom of God around you, based on your light. Think of flowers and you'll get them. Think of plants or beautiful stones and you'll get the purest crystals. It has no meaning there, though. This only matters here, so people get crazy. They give their life and sell their souls for this. I'd seen it all, feeling mournful and bad. I only healed those looking for the truth with their heart, while I rejected those haughty people who came to visit me asking to confirm their pride. Why do I need evil spirits? I love pure people. I'm only placable if something's pure. Otherwise, they're blasphemous to me. When scribes tell us their philosophy in golden cages, wearing golden robes, with their faces and bellies looking like fat pigs, do you believe this is where God manifests himself? God manifests himself in purity. This is a barely perceptible, subtle meaning to say you are and can be everything, whatever you want. You carry the name of each of you. What God himself is telling you. You are all a part of him. This meaning you look for in something. It proceeds from here. It's not over there. I had taught that philosophy to people all my life. The sermons neglected my knowledge, but made me a brand, glorified me. I'm pleased to help when you come up to me putting your hands on the icon. Don't ask me for alms or to get you healed, though. Your diseases teach you lessons. There's nothing more important than to be grateful for a prayer. When you receive it gratefully, you realize you've been healed. When you go this way, heal me, I don't want to be ill. Shame on you. You didn't understand your mistake. You'll be cured, but then it'll get even more sore. Think of that. You look for freedom. This is what gets you free. Only listen to those that make your heart sing. Why do you have to listen to Pharisees? Those fat pigs urinal liturgy. Listen to your heart instead. Reject those playing their game. Play your game. This is your priest here. While there, on the sky, it's the one Father that gave birth to all of us. We are brothers and sisters here, while only those great fathers among us immediately make you feel they're fathers, so we can put others in their place. Fathers rarely reincarnate with sons who need to learn. When a son teaches a son, though, very often this leads to the abyss. So when you're sons and daughters, don't listen to sons and daughters saying nonsense. Listen to fathers and mothers who will show you the way. You should understand that beauty lies in learning to feel that we manifest one and the same, with various faces and shapes. There's no one above or below someone. There's the one who has known. And we refer to them as superior, feeling they're mighty and striving to become like them. Don't aim to become fat pigs, though. those full of hypocrisy and lies in golden cages. It's you who lead the golden cage. There's nothing worse than condemning your brother. What on earth is it whether he condemns you or not? It's love that makes the difference. If you love and accept this, then yes, God lives within you. God accepts everything that exists, everything living. He gave birth to this, breathes this in, exists in all this, He is all this. If you don't accept adversaries, you're adversaries yourself. And acceptance is divine creation too, for you to reach acceptance. It's acceptance that matters for salvation. The Mother of God would tell me it's acceptance only that leads to salvation, the truth. So I had accepted those and started to live easily, with no attacks I had before accepting. The scoundrels that had beaten me helped me to accept that. They were my teachers, even though much lower than me. I hailed and blessed each of them and their king. They did well, really. While those pigs and the clergy, trying to exalt themselves and shame others, are no better than Satan. Contrary to those who have unshaken faith and believe themselves and others. When I was dying, I had so much life around me, so much joy, beauty, light, and flowers that when people died spiritually before me, they would immediately perk up, for I came to tell each of them, "You're God's child, exalt yourself." And those Pharisees didn't say that many had deviated from old church and entered new church, the one of your soul. Pharisees would object if you didn't go to their house where they read your books to make you believe you're slaves, easy to manage. You only need to manage those who don't believe, not aware of the way of God, so that they don't deviate. Is if you're taking small kids, avoiding any pits on the way. It's fathers who lead, though, while brothers aren't aware of the way where they lead to. They accumulate this severity of faith this way. You do the same yourselves. I'll tell you this. Go along the road where your heart is moving to. That makes you breathe and feel exalted, gives light and makes everything easy. Your life philosophy is to accept, love, and rejoice about everything and anyone created. My loved ones, it's one light for all, and nothing can hide it.